Hello everyone, welcome to Acrylic Pouring with Myrian. Today I'm going to teach you how to do a tree ring pour. Well, in this case, a double tree ring. Okay, so let's get started. First I'd like to show you my canvas. This canvas is a wooden panel. It is 12 by 12. I like the surface because it's very smooth and I don't necessarily have to use gesso. Now let's talk about pouring medium. Now pouring medium you can add to your paints like the Liquitex pouring medium, or you can just do like me and make your own by using Floetrol. Now while I was looking for an image for this Floetrol, I found this. What? Acrylic Floetrol? And I can't find it in stores anywhere. Anyway, my pouring medium consists of 70% Floetrol, 30% PVC glue, and 10% water, or 70% Floetrol and water, or vice versa. And I just stick it in this bottle. Now with my colors, I'm going to use Premier Acrylic Colors Violet, because it's pretty. And then I'm going to use Delta Cream Coat Acrylic Paint Bright Red. Going back to Delta, I'm going to use the Navy Blue. I'm also going to use the Artist Loft Acrylic Paint White. Now I'm mixing this white with the Deco Art Satin Enamels. Now there's a reason why I'm going to do that, but I'll explain that later. But first, don't forget these gloves. If you don't like messes, don't forget your gloves. That's the most important thing. So those are the materials I will be using, but let's talk about the white, shall we? With the white, you want to make sure you have half and half, so you want to have half of the white and half of the enamel. For example, like 5 ounces of white and 5 ounces of the enamel. The reason why I'm stressing this is because the enamel actually stretches out the white, and the white will not get lost in your picture, like the white got lost here, and here, and here, and here, and here. And yes, I did use white, and it's gone. If I want the white to really show up, I have to use large amounts, like here, and here, and here. But after a while, it becomes wasteful because when using paints like titanium white, it becomes expensive. Now it's time to talk about your paint mixture that you are going to mix your paints with. Like the white paint, you're going to do the same thing with the other colors, where you're mixing 1 part or half of the paint and 1 part or half of the pouring medium. It depends on how thin you want your paints, but you don't want it too thin or you're gonna lose it. Now here I'm mixing up my navy blue, and I did put in my pouring medium, but I thought it was a little bit too thick, so I added some water. And honestly, I think I made it too thin for this, and you're gonna see exactly why I thought I made it too thin. My red that I'm mixing up right now, I didn't add water to it, but it came out fine with the pouring medium. It's like a hit and miss with me sometimes. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. Now you see that cup of white back there? Yeah. Remember I said that a little goes a long way with the enamel? Yeah. This is before I realized that a little goes a long way. So I'm so used to using so much white in paintings because I lose it all the time. I kind of made that big huge cup. Now watch me pour this stuff into my measuring cup here. Then I get ready to do my ring pour. And the first thing I'm going to add is the white. Whatever color you want to come out last is the first color you're going to pour in. Now you see this? Did you see how much white I just put in there? Oh yeah, I'm asking for it. I am so asking for it. But let's move on, shall we? Let's go. I put too much white in. Oh. So now what I'm doing is layering my paints. And now you can pour it just all in the middle, but I prefer to pour it on the side so it kind of looks like it's laying on top of each other. And it kind of defines the rings more. But as you will see with this painting when I pour it, the white, yeah, you're gonna get an eyeful. And here I go again with that white. Oh, I'm just pouring so much white in there. I will learn my lesson. I promise you. Now I know what you're saying. Wow, Myrian, that's a lot of paint. Yeah, it is. It's a lot of paint. When I said I learned my lesson after doing this painting, I really learned my lesson. 1, don't make your paint so thin. 2, make sure that your canvas is leveled. 3, use gesso, so that way you won't have to use so much paint. And gesso, for those who don't know, that's like a primer for your canvas to make sure that your paints flow smoothly across it. And if I would have used it here, everything would have been fine, but because I was being all smart and oh, there goes the white again. Being a smarty pants, I don't need it, it's smooth. Yeah, watch what happens, folks. And again, I stress to you and everyone, please make sure that your canvas is leveled. Please, don't do a Myrian. You're going to see my mistake right now. As you can see, the reason why this is called a tree ring pour is because I'm pouring it, and while I'm doing so, I'm making small circular motions to make the rings. After panicking because the paint was coming off the canvas, I started tilting everything to spread it across, to stretch out the rings, as you will, so a design could be made. And I'm just going to stop talking from here because I'm going to do this is a double tree ring pour, so you'll see what's going to happen next after this, because I'm not going to be happy with all that white. And you're also going to see how I did not learn my lesson about the white. Enjoy! Now I want to point this out. When you do decide to do a pour, you may see some little circles that pop up. That's just what they call cells. It's a design in the due to the reaction of the Floetrol and the paint and the water or whatever pouring medium that you put in there. Now with this pouring medium, my homemade pouring medium and the enamel, it kind of reacts differently. If you can see how the rings are, normally the rings aren't so defined like that, but and this turned out really well. Also, the gradient of the colors was awesome with this, so I'm going to have to break down and get the Liquitex pouring medium and try it with the enamel to see what happens. But for now, it looks great. So, and when you also get cells or little bubbles in your paint, just use a butane torch, or like I have a dual heat gun that'll help pop those bubbles and get them out the way. Now after applying some heat from my heat gun, I'm going to let this sit for about 15 minutes, and I'm going to come back to see what changes were made, because even now the paint is settling and a lot of changes could be made as far as colors, cells, or anything. So we'll be back. So 15 minutes have passed, and look at these little cells that popped up. Those are really pretty, and look at that color gradient. That is so nice. It's actually nicer than all the other paintings I've done before as far as the color gradients and designs. I mean, look at this. They're so subtle, and when I look at it, I can oh, that bubble right there, you see it? Yeah, didn't pop. But you see how it looks like there's like a peach color going on, almost like a shell color, and then you have these little fine lines. They're so pretty. So here it is in the morning, and it's completely dry. I was so happy that nothing cracked. Some of the little bubbles just stayed like it was, but that's fine. It's character. And I was looking, I'm like, my goodness, there's a little bit of faint orange color to it. And I know those type of colors, when they're faint like that, when I add the varnish to it, it really pops. But just look at these designs. This is so pretty. Now here it is with the varnish, and this is what I was talking about. The color just pops with it, and that orange popped out. It just looks so, you couldn't see it before, but you can really see it now. The colors are, I can't get over how the colors are, but it just adds a whole new dimension to it. It's pretty. It's very pretty. And that's how you do a ring pour. This is it on the wall. It looks great. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a message. I'll be more than happy to help you. Or you can go to my Facebook page, which is Shipmate Productions. And we'll see you next time. Bye!